सिद्रजो नो व्योमा परो यत् किमावरीवः कुह कस्य शर्मन्नम्बः किमासीत् गहनं गभीरम्.
Hello and welcome to the 7th Annual India Leadership Conclave and Indian Affairs Business Leadership Awards 2016, brought to you by Network 7 Media Group, the flagship media outfit of SB Brands. Ladies and gentlemen, we live in a moment of great opportunity and great risk. Transformation is through innovation, and innovation is central to economic growth. The importance of innovation is a recurring theme throughout the discussions and proceedings at the 7th Annual India Leadership Conclave 2016, and the central issue that we are debating are fundamentally transformational in nature. Indian affairs feel that it is essential to transforming global energy systems, agriculture and cities, and yes, innovation is the fundamental engine of long-term growth and is crucial to enabling economies to grow sustainably. Advantage India. It is now or never is the theme of the historic India Leadership Conclave 2016 annual edition. Network 7 Media Group is Asia's most watched news media, where news are looked at with an independent frame of mind. Whether it is ruling dispensation or opposition, we dig out truth and report news that you want to know and not the drama or fiction that you watch at 70mm theatre. At the heart of our news desk, people and readers are at the heart and soul of independent media. And yes, we command respect due to its uncompromising approach to delivering fresh, original content to its audiences with the aid of cutting-edge journalism from India's most talented and creative news reporters. We don't buckle under pressure. Rather, we perform better under tough situations where recommendations and favoritism are put into dustbins. We are flag bearers of new media's independent face. Either you have to tell the truth or face the music. Yes, we don't care for the consequences of the threats, as long as we imbibe truth and sincerity in our story and reporting. Announcing the theme of the 7th annual editions of the India Leadership Conclave, Satya Brahma, founder chairman of the India Leadership Conclave, stated that India's population in next decade will be somewhere at 1.5 billion people. By 2030, China will likely be the world's largest economy by purchasing power parity, with the United States second and India third. And yet the size of India's middle class is expected to surpass that of both the United States and China due to its fast-growing population. In 2030, India alone will account for 23% of middle-class spending globally, nearly $13 trillion a year. Therefore, Advantage India, it is now or never, is the right dose for the current scenario at a time when India is being hailed worldwide as the most preferred place to invest and do business with.
Donald J. Trump is calling for a total and complete shutdown of Muslims entering the United States until our country's representatives can figure out What the hell is going on?
We now have proposals from the presumptive Republican nominee for President of the United States to bar all Muslims from emigrating to America. We hear language that singles out immigrants and suggests entire religious communities are complicit in violence.
And I watched President Obama today, and he was more angry at me than he was at the shooter. And many people said that.
विश्व के सामने दो प्रमुख चुनौतियां आई है, एक तरफ आतंकवाद और दूसरी तरफ ग्लोबल वार्मिंग। यूएन की 70वीं वर्षगांठ मनाई जा रही है, लेकिन अभी तक यूनाइटेड नेशन टेररिज्म की डेफिनेशन नहीं कर पाया है। अगर डेफिनेशन करने में इतना वक्त लगेगा तो टेररिज्म को निपटने में कितने साल लगेंगे?
India Leadership Conclave and Indian Affairs Business Leadership Awards organized by Network 7 Media Group's Indian Affairs is Asia's most eagerly awaited leadership event, where the platform has established a credible platform of serious discussion where brand India's most illustrious leaders and icons assemble to discuss the roadmap for India's growth trajectory. The last 6 annual affairs at the India Leadership Conclave platform, we have witnessed some of the biggest think tanks of the contemporary leaders in society, from social to political and from business to cultural, has addressed, deliberated and opened up the new mantras of developments. Satya Brahma, the chairman and editor-in-chief of Network 7 Media Group, feels that India has truly emerged as the hub of power center in the world today, post the historic election that changed the power equations in India in an era when policy, reforms and governance had come to a standstill, almost in ICU. The plethora of reforms and, most importantly, the thrust on digital India and Make in India are certainly the game changers in the history of post-independent era after the liberalization of Indian economy in 1999. India Leadership Conclave is the largest gathering of Asia's most influential leaders in one single platform, and ILC Power Brand Awards are the most prestigious set of awards conferred to the successful persons and companies through a comprehensive selection process and guided by an eminent panel of jury and backed by the rich editorial resources of Network 7 Media Group. Started in the year 2009, India Leadership Conclave has been successfully hosting the leadership event in Delhi, Bengaluru and Mumbai, and has entered the list of most impactful and credible annual affair in Asia and is currently in the 7th year of its inception. Ladies and gentlemen, Indian affairs feel that Indian economy has the potential to grow at 8 to 10% per year over the next couple of decades. India today certainly stands poised for another leap forward that is predicted to be around India's GDP growth 7.6% in 2016 to 2017 and going to have higher growth rate in the coming years and projected to be a $10 trillion economy by 2032. Another way of putting that, in 16 years, it aims to be where China is today. That's a remarkable target and could be achievable, especially since India's economy grew by 4.6 times in the last 16 years. From $494 billion in 2001, India is expected to become a $2.2 trillion economy by the end of this year. China's economy is currently pegged at over $10 trillion, while the US is worth over $17 trillion, according to the World Bank. But the highest challenge that we face is that whatever we do, we bring politics in it, and the end result turns out to be very disappointing. Politics and economy are two separate terms and must be separated from each other. Indian affairs feel that a strong nation is the one that has a well-managed political structure and a robust free economy. And unfortunately, while we are doing well in the foreign soil and key sectors, economy gets damaged as bulk of policymakers time and energy go in political bickering and unnecessary opposition to solid reforms. Indian affairs fully give credit to the Prime Minister Narendra Modi's flagship game changer program, be it Jan Dhan Yojana, which has generated 6,000 crores of deposits, bringing a lot of money back into the economy.
बढ़ते जा तू बढ़ते जा बैंक की ओर तू कदम बढ़ा और रक्षा तेरी पूंजी की जीवन भर की है सुरक्षा।
पेश है प्रधानमंत्री जन धन योजना। अब बैंक खाता आसानी से खुलेगा, साथ ही डेबिट कार्ड और 1 लाख के दुर्घटना बीमा का लाभ मिलेगा।
बढ़ते जा तू बढ़ते जा बैंक की ओर तू कदम बढ़ा।
This also liberates poor from the claws of private money lenders, or in Make in India. In terms of tangible investments, India already attracted $31 billion FDI, higher than China and US in 2015. $11 billion investments have been pledged by various companies. Japan pledged $12.5 billion. This is the beginning, and PM Modi continues to pitch Make in India globally. But more important than the monetary investments is job creation, which is an urgent necessity to absorb power from the overemployed agriculture sector. Ladies and gentlemen, India became the fastest growing economy in the world at 7.4%. This is at a time when other comparable developing countries like Russia, Brazil are demonstrating negative growth, not growing slower, but economy is actually shrinking down. So, one cannot simply attribute this growth to global economic conditions. And this growth is not widening the economic gap between rich and poor. As a global study points that poverty in India has fallen from 21% to 12.4% over the last 2 years. Indian affairs feel that India to the world today is a big hope, and to the investors and companies a place to invest and do business despite many detriments in domestic grounds, be it slow progress of systematic reforms and excessive engagements with politics and political issues. While the external environments are still hostile outside the country, India continues to perform better and remain the favorites for the West. Let's not also forget, India today is on the threshold of economic progress, and many hail India's journey today as the beginning of economic progress and prosperity. So certainly it is advantage India. It is now or never.